Hey guys, just a heads up before we start the video. I know the audio quality sounds like garbage, and I'm very sorry about that. I recorded this months ago before I got jaw surgery, so I could not begin to tell you why it sounds like that. But it does. I'm not re-recording all of it because if I was going to re-record it and go through all that effort, I might as well just rewrite the script while I'm at it, and it's just going to be a cycle. So, yeah, sorry. I hope you could just look past it. I promise it won't be this bad again.
Hello, interwebs. I'm back from the dead yet again to talk nonsense, and surprise, surprise, we're talking about Doctor Who again. But not just any Doctor Who, my Doctor Who, because today we're celebrating the ending of the pilot to my webcomic, The Doctors and Lynn. I'm going to give you the background, the trials, the tribulations, and the sweet deets on my first proper outing into the comic space, so strap in because this is going to be a bumpy ride.
You think you've been assessing me? No, dear. I've been assessing you.
Jonah Smith, my original regeneration of the Doctor. She is beauty, she is grace, she is protecting the human race, and today we're kicking this all off by talking about her. Starting at the very beginning, a very good place to start from what I hear, with why exactly did I make my own Doctor in the first place? And the answer to that question is actually quite complex. I thought it'd be cool. Look, I like next-gen content a lot, blame the bronies. Cracked children and all that jazz are my bread and butter. How could I resist next regen content? I couldn't, it was calling me, and so I answered with this not-so-little lady. She's around 5'9", a demigirl in her early 40s who is almost constantly annoyed, and I love her.
What's wrong with you?
When designing Jonah, my goals were extremely simple. Some may argue too simple, in that I just wanted her to be a non-white woman who could not be mistaken for 13 with a grumpy demeanor. And given those were the only guidelines, I let my hand feel out the rest, and boom, here we are. This is my first draft, which outside of her skin tone I think was okay, but eventually I realized her outfit needed more detail to fit in with the other doctors, so I tweaked her a little bit, finalized her design to look like this instead. Vavoom. Yes, the amount of rings is ridiculous, but make fun of me at your own peril. Rapid fire fun facts. The name Jonah Smith came as a result of me not wanting to give Jonah a number. Given the whole point of her character is that she's absurdly far in the future, I decided to give her an alias instead, but obviously I couldn't go with John Smith, not very ladylike, so I had to choose something else that, importantly, wasn't easily tagged, so Jane Doe or Jane Smith were out, which is why I went with Jonah Smith. Her one gray strand I call moon hair was added for silhouette purposes. This is also why she has puffy sleeves and why her torso is short. I wanted her to have fun posing potential and not to be easily spotted in a crowd. Her personality is meant to be most akin to 9 or 12. If I had to use one word to describe her, I'd say she's snippy. Jonah has several alternative blouses, all of which are space-related patterns because I'm subtle like that, minus her Christmas shirt, which looks like this.
I hate it when people say, "Aw, isn't she cute?" or "Isn't she sweet?" I do not want to be cute or sweet.
Right then, that was fun. On to Lynn. My baby, my soul, my little girl. Lynn is a 1950s era teen picked up in Scotland. Her height is 5'4", her state age is 16, and she is very sapphic. Here's a fact, she was actually made before Jonah, although she looked very different. Her first design was based on a porcelain doll with very pale skin and rounded features, making her look bad. Her outfit also didn't fit the time period at all, but honestly, that's small potatoes compared to everything wrong here. I redesigned her pretty much completely before the comic started. Her new look based on a Raggedy Ann doll and leaning much more into her parents' color scheme, body type, and especially facial structure. Not to mention she was given an era-appropriate wardrobe. Pretty much the only things that survived the overhaul are her red bow and red hair, of course. In terms of personality, Lynn is essentially the Doctor's worst nightmare. A companion who trusts her implicitly, is extremely selfless and incredibly brave, who will always jump into action regardless of the circumstances. Or in other words, she's an impulsive, self-sacrificing idiot who will put herself in danger with full confidence the Doctor will save her. She's also incredibly book-smart, but was homeschooled, so her social skills aren't exactly up to par, despite her being an extreme extrovert. Rapid fire fun facts. Lynn's outfit was not only changed for accuracy's sake, but also because I wanted her silhouette to be very distinct from the Doctor's. I always try to account for silhouettes when designing my protagonist. Lynn's eyes and bow tell you a lot about her emotions. Everyone's hair in this comic tends to puff up when they're upset, but Lynn also has her bow, which acts a bit like cat ears, and her eyes can tell you plenty about her character if you know what to look for. For example, her pupils going green means she's becoming manic. Lynn's accent doesn't sound quite right. There are times where she will even use the wrong words based on her location. This is in fact intentional. Other inspirations for Lynn's design include Alice from Alice in Wonderland, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and Matilda from, well, obviously.
All right. You trust me too?
Whoop, alright, there you have it. All the people I need to explain for. Alright. Okay, let's make it quick. This guy here I can't talk much about yet because spoilers, but I obviously can talk a bit about the monster of the week, those being the space leeches. I wanted a simple alien design that I could draw over and over again without much effort because I started this comic when I was, to be frank, very, very lazy. So I came up with these things. They cling to spaceships, sucking in all their yummy energy, and they look like space. They can't move off themselves so ships can fly into swarms of them without noticing, and overall, they aren't super interesting. But that's kind of the point. It's a pest alien, definitely not responsible for stealing a TARDIS, and easily brushed off, but they're still a threat. Plus, it's nice to have a simple creature to flesh out the world. There'll be a fun Easter egg to bring back every now and then in backgrounds or random lines of dialogue. Anyway, Now we're done with the characters.
Gray! What the fuck are you doing? How did you get up there?
The story of this pilot is actually extremely simple. The TARDIS gets hijacked, kicks the Doctor out so it can shut itself down and land safely, and the Doctor and Lynn go and get it back from some alien pests who decide to take advantage of the situation. I base it a lot on Martha's first outing in the sense of a lot of the story is just a Doctor and the new companion wandering around a building, though frankly comparing this story at all to Smith and Jones feels like an insult. The stakes are poorly established, it feels extremely rushed in places, and overall it has very little compared to any proper episode. But hey, it's a pilot. I started in high school without a script. Cut me some slack. Well, I mean, you all can cut me some slack. I'm obviously allowed to shit on myself as much as I like. So since I don't have much to say about the story beyond that, let's have a little fun instead. There's no code open here. Ew, old art. This TARDIS design is lazy and somehow combined everything wrong with my two least favorite interiors into one nightmare. Also, that's a penis. Wait, okay, so this apparently only tree in the area happened to have a broken rope swing, which exactly lined up so that she didn't die?
Well, that's another 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance.
This background was clearly drawn in 10 minutes. Also, that was copy-pasted. Who leans down in a dress like this? Why are none of these bubbles connected? There's so many lines here that need a rewrite because what the fuck is this? Luckily, this girl knows exactly how to break into this random building. Yowza.
You know, I'm starting to get a sense of just how impressive it is to hang out with me. Do we tend to say yowza? That's enough, let it go.
These things change color literally every page they're on. What is this expression change? Oh my god, you killed them! So you're telling me the doctor, can't find the staircase in an office building? The magical disappearing Sonic. Oh god, actual saturation, it burns! This roof grew a wall. Damn it, Lynn. How did she fall here if this is the building? Who the fuck are you? Wait, could she have done that the whole time? So if Lynn wasn't here, she literally would have been better off. How did she land in the pool if this is the TARDIS interior? Doctor casually kidnapping a 16-year-old.
What's that? Brother.
Well, that was fun. But okay, seriously, this pilot didn't have a script because I knew if I forced myself to write one, I'd never start the comic at all, so I just went for it, and I don't really regret that. However, don't worry, my next episode does have a clear outline. I will be paying much more close attention to my pages, so things like this don't happen. It's called improvement, baby.
And that's when they became horribly lost.
Are we lost?
He lied.
Alright, this is the category for all the little stuff I couldn't fit into the other two sections. First off, let's talk the TARDIS. I redesigned my TARDIS interior halfway through the con because I thought this was ugly and bad, and so I came up with this beaut instead. It takes a lot from Eleven's first interior, obviously, but I'm not ashamed of that because I love the design, and it's my favorite. Outside of that, though, I did a ton of work on the panels, and the ramps gave me a migraine, but it was worth it because, gosh, I think it looks so good. You know what doesn't, though? This Sonic design is pretty lame, frankly. I already have a new one made, but the function of it? I just adore how it can make the sound of any frequency or volume. Sound is such an interesting and powerful thing, and I love making things that revolve around sound, and the fact that the Doctor carries around a sonic screwdriver, and yet sound is never ever brought up when talking about it, it's weird, okay? It's just weird. I'm guessing that's how it does several functions, but that's never really specified, and I don't know. I just think sound-based tools are neat, and so I leaned into it. Now, last thing, and this one I just thought was kind of funny. You can see regeneration energy in these frames, and I was asked if the Doctor was regenerating, but no, that's not actually possible. What was happening here is a space leech was draining her of her energy, and that's why it was activated. But if she had tried to regenerate here with that thing on her head, the energy, instead of, healing and transforming her DNA, would, just go into the leech. So yeah, she was not regenerating, and in fact, could not regenerate. She would have just died. Fun facts.
Alright, let's tell each other a secret about ourselves. I'm gonna go first. I hate...
Well, this has been quite the journey. If you stuck it out this long, thanks, that's really sweet of you. This fanfic means so much to me, and the improvement I've seen in my art, writing, and comic layout because of it has just been wow so far. Like, honestly, this has impacted me so much. But you know what's done that even more? My readers. Oh my god, some of the reblogs I've gotten have just... I've nearly cried. Shout out especially to Dravilla Flash, I hope I'm saying that right. who has just been a constant supporter. Like, seriously, dude, thanks. Seeing your reblogs and likes always brightens my day. But also, fuck it. I have the amount of followers right now that I can shout you all out, so hold on a second.
Wandering Panacea, Janu Bold 54, Dervilla Flash, Friendly Cursed Space Otter, Par Helios, Vanapi, Pintador Artist, Pen Numero the Unicorn, Very Comic L, Swamp Satyr, Kawaii Strawberry 7, Critter Paws, Mainset Galaxies, Radioactive Dinosaur 42, Hex Note, Lukey Fisk, Israela Frost, Ash Wolf 011, Crow Cushion, and Cats Can Cook.
And of course, anyone else who has liked, interacted with, or read my comics in any capacity. Seriously, thank you all so much. This has been one of the most fun and exciting projects I've ever worked on, and I hope to keep working on it and making content for you all as long as I can. And with that, I thank you all for celebrating with me. Good day, good night, and of course, bye-bye. Boo, hi, commission announcement. Hey, I just figured I'd tack this onto the outro real quick. I've started commissions, and I have a link to my commission posts on Tumblr, which includes my rules and references for my work. If you want to support me financially, that's a really easy way to do it. I know I kind of stopped posting on here for a while, and I fully intend to start doing it more, but recording strips with my current setup blows. So yeah, but either way, the Doctors and Lins supposedly comes out once a week on Tumblr, so if you're missing me, head over there. And this time, I am serious. Bye.